One of the panels of the Hoysaleswara temple has a unique sculpture. It shows Shiva wearing the hide of an elephant. The panel shows Shiva dancing within the hide of an elephant with his trishul and damaru in hand. There are many musicians accompanying him, and his right foot is on the head of a dead elephant, and the left foot is bent and raised above the right thigh. This pose is called the Utkutikasana posture. You can also see the skin of the elephant enveloping Shiva, and the elephant's tail is above. This Shiva is called Gajacharmambadare Shiva. This amazing sculpture touches your senses, and you cannot but help admiring the skills of the artisan who made this panel. This panel describes the story of the demon Gajacharmambadare, son of Mahishasura. Gajacharmambadare gained a boon from Brahma that almost made him invincible. Arrogant with power, Gajacharmambadare began to oppress the sages and devotees and other deities. When Gajacharmambadare attacked devotees at Kashi, Shiva emerged from the lingam to fight him. Shiva entered the demon's body and split him open from within. In his final moments, Gajacharmambadare apologized and asked Shiva to wear his elephant skin. Shiva agreed, wearing the hide as a symbol of having destroyed the demon's immense pride and ego, becoming known as Kritivasa, meaning who has skin as his garment. This story is mentioned in the Varaha Purana and the Kurma Purana. There are two panels at Halebeedu showing the fearful form of Shiva, Kalabairava. The panel shows a fearful face with Kalabairava holding a skull in his hand and a snake going through the skull. There is a skeleton at his feet. He holds a damaru in one hand and the circle of time in the other hand, which is depicted as a chakra. A few of his arms are destroyed and lost forever in one panel. A dog is shown at his feet. The dog is a vehicle of Kalabairava. There is an interesting story about Kalabairava's origin. Lord Brahma, the creator, grew arrogant after creating the universe and started considering himself superior to others. To teach Brahma a lesson, Lord Shiva manifested as Kalabairava from his own anger and a blinding light. Kalabairava, the fierce form of time, severed the fifth head of Brahma to curb his ego and pride, an act that also resulted in the skull of Brahma's head getting stuck to Kalabairava's hand. Kalabairava is considered the guardian of time, symbolizing its relentless movement forward and sometimes destructive nature. He is depicted with a terrifying form, a black dog as his mount, and often wears a garland of skulls. He holds a danda or a stick to punish offenders and uphold righteousness. He serves as the protector of holy sites known as Shakti Pitas, ensuring that the divine order is maintained. There are other stories which describe how Brahma lost his fifth head. This is one of the stories. It is to be noted that Tibetan Buddhism also has a deity called Kalabairava. To know more about the Tibetan Buddhists Kalabairava, kindly watch a video made earlier, Leh Ladakh, Buddhist deities for tourists, scholars and academicians. One area of the wall of Halebeedu has a panel depicting Andakasura, the blind Asura's death. The sculptures adjoining the area are so intricately carved that you can see the hand of the person within the ropes of the drum. A part of the sculpture is also hollow and allows light to pass through. You can also see the interlocking system used by the architects constructing the temple. There is also a panel from Ramayana showing Rama and Ravana in a duel. The softness of the soapstone allows for such intricate carvings. The story of Andakasura is about a demon born from the sweat of goddess Parvati when she playfully covered Lord Shiva's eyes. Shiva and Parvati were on Mount Mandara when Parvati playfully covered Shiva's eyes. In the darkness, Shiva's third eye grew hot and Parvati's hands became sweaty. From the drops of the sweat that fell to the ground, a fierce, dark creature was born, hence the name Andakasura, or the blind one. Shiva gave the child to the demon Hiranyaksha, who had no sons, to raise as his own. Andakasura grew up to become a powerful demon and the king of the Asuras after Hiranyaksha's death. He was given a boon from Brahma that he could be victorious over anyone. Blind with arrogance, he wanted to marry Parvati. He and his army attacked Mount Kailash to abduct Parvati. But Shiva took the form of Andakasura Vadaha, or the slayer of Andakasura, and fought him. During the fierce battle, every drop of Andakasura's blood that fell to the earth gave birth to a new demon. To stop this, Shiva created Devi Yogeshwari, who drank every drop of blood from the demon, preventing the multiplication of his clones. Shiva finally pierced Andakasura with his trident, slaying him. This pose is depicted on the panel. This panel shows Ravana identified by his numerous heads lifting Mount Kailas with Shiva sitting on top. Shiva has planted one foot firmly on the mountain top, thereby putting pressure on the mountain. Ravana's knees is shown buckled down under the weight and he is shown struggling to hold the mountain up. He has multiple arms and he is drawing his sword from its sheath. This sculpture is based on a story from Ramayana and Puranas. This story is also mentioned in the Buddhist Mahayana text, Lankavatara Sutra. The story, according to one version, goes Ravana was flying over Mount Kailash when he was stopped by Nandi, Lord Shiva's gatekeeper. Ravana, filled with disdain, insulted Nandi, who then cursed him, predicting his death by a monkey army in future. Driven by arrogance and a desire to show his immense strength, Ravana attempted to lift the Mount Kailash. He was able to shake the mountain, which disturbed Lord Shiva and his consort Parvati. To quell Ravana's pride, Shiva pressed down on the mountain with his great toe. This pinned Ravana's arms and forearms beneath the mountain, causing him immense pain. Overwhelmed by the pain, Ravana, realizing his mistake, began to chant the Shiva Tandava Stotram, a hymn in praise of Lord Shiva. He praised Lord Shiva for many years. Pleased with Ravana's devotion and the suffering he endured for his arrogance, Shiva eventually released him. He also granted Ravana the powerful Chandrahasa sword as a boon and freedom from the mountain. This event is known as Ravana Anugraha, or Shiva granting favor to Ravana, and is a prominent theme in Hindu art and mythology, illustrating themes of devotion, arrogance, and divine power. It is also said that Ravana derived his name from this story. Ravana means the one who cried. The temple at Halebeedu has two Vahana mantapas with two magnificent Nandis facing the east doorway of the temple. The bulls or Nandi are made out of a single piece of stone and are intricately carved. They are about 9 feet and 8 feet in size. Each Nandi has a separate mantap. The Nandi has a serene and calm face and it is intricately carved. It is adorned with jewelry and you can also see the skin folds of the Nandi. The surface of the Nandi is polished to such a level you can still see your reflection in it. The Nandi has a well-proportioned body with a slight hump. The Nandi statues represents Shiva's divine bull, guardian and vehicle, symbolizing strength and devotion. The Nandi mantap has lathe-turned pillars and seating area around the wall of the mantap. One of the mantap has a Surya temple behind it. Nandi's significance in Shiva's temple is multifold. As a symbol of devotion, he represents the individual soul's complete surrender to the divine and unwavering focus on the supreme being or Brahman. He serves as the eternal gatekeeper and a vehicle or vahana of Lord Shiva and is seen as a protector of righteousness, strength and humility. There are many panels on the outer wall of the Halebeedu temple with Shiva and Parvati seated on Nandi. Nandi is always positioned facing Shivalinga in the temples, symbolizing the soul's orientation towards God. He is considered the chief attendant and gatekeeper of Kailash, Lord Shiva's abode. Nandi is also seen as the symbol of individual soul or jiva. The 4 legs of Nandi are often said to represent the 4 cardinal virtues: truth or satya, righteousness or dharma, peace or shanti, and love or prema. According to one story, Nandi was a great sage who after intense penance became Shiva's first disciple and vehicle. He is seen as a custodian of Shiva's wisdom. The presence of a tortoise sculpture in some temples symbolizes the withdrawal of the senses from worldly distractions before one can focus on God, which is the next step in the spiritual journey. It is believed that if your wishes from Shiva is whispered in Nandi's ears, it will reach Lord Shiva immediately.